Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, new leadership for the Hokies.
When he realized he would likely not be the next coach, he wanted to move on.
What led to the decision?
Yeah, I feel bad for him, but Fuente didn't do the job.
And the 2 questions that remain.
Plus, winter is almost a month away, but for weeks, your local weather authority has been preparing the forecast for scenes like this. Just how much snow we could see this season.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm John Carlin.
And I'm Rachel Lucas. Brittany McGraw is off tonight. A major coaching change for Virginia Tech football.
After 6 seasons, Justin Fuente is out, and a national search is now underway for his replacement.
Today, the school's athletic director announced that due to lack of consistency and identity, they couldn't guarantee him another year as head coach. So he decided it would be best to leave immediately rather than finish out the season.
I was just raised to unconditionally support coaches 100% until the day you can't. And it just got to a day that I couldn't do it anymore.
10 Sports reporter Eric Johnson is working for you tonight. He's kicking off our live team coverage. He's in Blacksburg to show us how the fans are reacting. Eric?
Hey, John, when I spoke to a lot of the students on campus today, they all shared the same general feelings that the split between Justin Fuente and Virginia Tech, unfortunate but necessary. And they also echoed the same sentiments that athletics director Whit Babcock did in terms of who should be the next leader. From a recent graduate,
so I'm actually kind of happy we're getting rid of Fuente.
To a sophomore.
We need somebody that's not Fuente. I feel bad for him, but Fuente didn't do the job.
And even a newcomer to campus.
I'm a freshman, so I was super excited. I came in thinking that the Hokies were going to really take the season.
The feelings are all mutual. The losses too many, the wins too few. Thus, the Justin Fuente era a wrap in Blacksburg, something the student section has been foreshadowing all season.
I could definitely see from the first game going on, the rest of the home games, there's definitely a lot more people leaving at halftime. And I could hear the chants Fire Fuente at every game. So
what does the next leader look like?
And I would like to see somebody who's, really embraces the community and is, more warm, kind of like how Beamer was, where he's just a friend to everybody. That's kind of what I'd like to see, kind of like how Mike Young is. I really like the Mike Young hire.
That's one of many things Whit Babcock outlined that he wants the next coach to embody, making this vow to Hokie Nation.
To the fans, man, y'all showed out. That was amazing. We want to bring you something that you can be proud of, and we're going to work really hard on that.
Babcock also mentioned that perhaps he does have a short list of names in terms of who he would like to reach out to in the very near future in terms of possible candidates. Another person that we know very well has a short list of his own of possible candidates. Back there in the studio, our very own sports director, John Apicello. John, I know you've been milling around at a few names from around the country. Fill us in on a few of those guys that could perhaps be the next leader here in Blacksburg.
Well, thanks, Eric. I do have some ideas. Let's get to those. Among the pressing questions about today's move, why now and now what? The now is a layered question. Early signing period December 15th. So for the recruits, for the new coach, and for Coach Fuente. Better now than later because the college football calendar, if you will, is not like the old days. You have to do it now. The now, as in right now, as interim coach J.C. Price. Price, I should say, was the choice to finish the year because this was his school. That's what AD Whit Babcock said. I'll take it one step further. J.C. Price is a direct link back to the Coach Beamer era. He was an All-American in '95, was on that team that defeated Texas in the Sugar Bowl and announced the arrival of the program to the national level. Circling back to signing day, he's the co-recruiting coordinator in addition to coaching that defensive line. Doesn't hurt the recruits to see his face front and center. As for what's next, Eric talked about in a national search. Couple of names to ponder. Jamie Chadwell, Coastal Carolina, responsible for the meteoric rise into the college football elite conversation for Coastal. His FCS background is at the College of Charleston. That is Billy Napier, Louisiana Ragin' Cajun, 37-12 in 4 seasons. Former offensive coordinator at Clemson, which is key. Knows the league, knows the recruiting landscape. Remember Bill O'Brien, the Alabama offensive coordinator, was 15-9 at Penn State after following Joe Paterno. Head coach of the Texans in the NFL. He has run a major program and been an assistant at Maryland, Duke, Georgia Tech. So he's been in the neighborhood as well. Those are 3. There are plenty more. How Tech handles the window between this morning and December 15th is huge. They're currently, well, they've got a highly touted signing class. They could rank as high as 20-something in the nation. So no matter who the choice is, that day huge in Blacksburg. Back to you.
And we'll continue working for you to cover this change, both on air and online at WSLS.com. You can also download the 10 News app to get alerts sent straight to your phone. And now we want to turn to our forecast, where we are seeing a warm-up, which I think a lot of people are ready for after the past couple of days.
I stepped out the door this afternoon, and after the cold weather that we've had, even when it was sunny, it was, Jeff, it kind of felt nice outside today.
It's going to feel even better tomorrow. Yeah. And the next day with highs in the lower 70s. I want to show you what we're seeing here on the satellite and radar composite at 6:05, and you'll notice not much happening. We're dry all around southwest, central, south side Virginia. We're dry on the regional view, so not much going to happen over the next 24 to 36 hours. That means this evening we're dry. We're going to have mostly clear skies, chilly temperatures at 7 on average, lower 50s, falling into the middle 40s by around 10 or 11 o'clock. Your Wednesday planner showing temperatures starting in the 40s for the most part. Higher elevations may start in the 30s. Look at that high, though. Lower 70s, 72 for a high on Wednesday. We're going to hold on to that sunshine, maybe a tad breezy towards the mountains as we head into the afternoon. Going to enjoy warmth as we head into Thursday as well, but then a front crosses our neck of the woods late Thursday into Thursday night. That changes everything. First, it brings us some rain, and then it's going to return us back to cold and breezy conditions just in time for the weekend. John.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, a decades-old Roanoke hotel that's been in disrepair now set to be torn down. This is thanks to a grant from FEMA. The city will get roughly $3.5 million to purchase the Ramada Inn, and will have to cover then about $1 million more to tear it down. One of the big concerns is its proximity to the Roanoke River, which has caused that site to flood several times.
Once it comes so quick that all the first floor rooms, the banquet room, the kitchen, everything gets mudded and all. It takes time to do it, and it was nice to have a FEMA to back us up, and we were getting some help from FEMA.
Negotiations between the city and the owner for the final price tag are set to begin soon.
The condition of the James River is considered to be stable but threatened. That's according to a new report from experts studying the watershed. Today, the annual State of the James revealed an overall score of 61% and a grade of B-. Leaders say heavy rainfall in recent years washed more pollution into the water, causing setbacks.
We have come a long way in the overall health of the river. It's much safer now and today than it used to be decades ago. But there are still times when you have to be careful.
We're told overall it is safe for you to go in the water, but you should check the conditions first. A local coffee shop will soon be opening in Vinton.
The 2 key factors that led to the new location. New at 6, a local coffee shop is expanding. The Roasters next door, better known as R&D, will be opening later this month at Vineyard Station in Vinton. The co-owners, who are also brothers, opened their first location in Wasena back in 2019. They credit their customers for their success.
Learned how important like community was. So like Wasena, people there really appreciated being able to walk from their house and come have a cup of coffee. And they're sort of the backbone of our business, is really that neighborhood element.
We're just really welcoming. You know, my brother and I always like to say, you know, drink coffee how you enjoy it. So whether that's, you know, a black single origin, a pour over, or, you know, a sweeter latte of some sort, hopefully we can find something to your liking.
Sounds like it. The new R&D location will be on the corner of Washington Avenue and Pollard Street.
A popular dessert destination is coming to Lynchburg. The Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar. That is a tongue twister. They announced on Facebook that they are expanding to the Hill City next year. Though the exact date and location will be announced soon. Look at that eye candy.
I would drive to Lynchburg for that.
I absolutely would as well. That looks fantastic. So a husband and wife opened the first shop in Myrtle Beach last year. There are currently 6 locations throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. I am going to hit this up. I just keep getting distracted looking at how delicious
That's
that looks.
not really a milkshake. That's like a sundae masquerading as a milkshake.
My dinner.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no words. I want a milkshake. Coming up after the break, it's mid-November, which means it's time for your local weather authority's winter weather outlook. We'll let you know how much snow will fall in your backyard and why snow lovers may not love this forecast coming up.
Your local weather authority often gets asked, what's the winter going to be like this year? And sometimes that question comes as early as the summer.
Exactly. We always want to know about the snow.
Snow.
Well, now is the time. Jeff and the gang have been working for you to put together a one-of-a-kind winter outlook.
It's that time of year again. Time for your local weather authority's winter outlook. We've spent the last couple of months poring over the data, and it looks like this winter will once again feature snowfall totals a little below average. Here's how we've come to that conclusion.
One of the main things we're keeping an eye on with this year's winter forecast is the La Nina. That's the cool water off the coast of Peru. Now, oddly enough, that usually means weaker winds in the eastern U.S., which actually favors more tropical activity. So we looked back at years kind of similar to this one to see how much snow we averaged across all 5 of our zones, and it wound up being about a foot. Any other year, the average snow across all 5 of our zones is 1.5 feet.
With above average temperatures forecasted for this winter season, that can make it difficult when it comes to forecasting what type of precipitation we'll see. Temperatures have to be below freezing throughout the atmosphere in order for that precipitation to reach the ground as snow. However, when we have warmer air higher aloft in the atmosphere, and depending on how deep that warm layer is, that precipitation will eventually melt and either fall as sleet, freezing rain, or rain. In other words, those above average temperatures could make it difficult for us to see average snowfall totals. Justin?
The mountains are expected to get more snow this year, but why? It's all due to a process called orographic lift. So the moist air rises up the mountains and it cools as it does so. Eventually it reaches the top and condenses into snow and falls from the sky. But on the other side of the mountains, the air sinks on the way down and it dries out. That leads to less precipitation. There's a direct correlation between the elevation and the average snow per year. So up to about 5,000 feet is Snowshoe, 180 inches of snow per year there. Further down the mountain, you can see hot springs in Blacksburg, between 20 and 30 inches of snow. And then the lowest elevations, Roanoke and Danville, much less snow per year for those places.
Based on historical data, January and February are the snowiest months for us, which makes sense as these two are also the coldest months. So how much snow are you going to be shoveling? For Southside, our forecast is for 3 to 7 inches of snow, while Lynchburg and surrounding areas are forecasting a little more. Our prediction is for 6 to 12 inches of snow for you. Farther to the west, the numbers go up. For Roanoke, Covington, Clifton Forge, Lexington, and Franklin County, you are looking at 8 to 14 inches. In the New River Valley and Mountain Empire, our forecast is for 13 to 19 inches of snow. And last but not least, we are predicting the highest snowfall amounts for the high terrain of the Highlands. No surprise there, right? That is where we are forecasting 15 to 21 inches. This also includes mountainous locations like Mountain Lake, Wintergreen, and Mount Rogers. Now let's sit back and see what Mother Nature decides to throw at us. We'll be ready. And make sure to join Justin and I tonight at 7:30 for an in-depth discussion on the winter outlook on Facebook Live. Attention Skywatchers, as we head into tonight, we'll be able to actually see the International Space Station looking to the southwest sky. Starts at 7:24, lasts for 1 minute. And what you want to do is look for a fast, non-blinking object flying across the sky, and that will indeed be the International Space Station. All is quiet on the radar here locally for us at 6:19. We are looking at a dry night, no doubt. Overnight tonight, may see a couple of clouds towards the mountains, may even see a couple little showers towards, say, the west slopes of West Virginia, but here in the Commonwealth, we're dry. As we head into Wednesday, Wednesday's going to be a day where we enjoy mainly sunny skies from sun up until sundown. I will tell you that as we head into Wednesday night, skies are still looking for the most part fair, and Thursday starts pretty fair as well. Thursday starts dry with some sunshine, but as we head into the afternoon, that is when we're going to start to cloud up and see better chances for some scattered showers beginning in the mountains, perhaps as soon as about 3-4 o'clock. Now, your raking forecast for tomorrow, we are looking good. Mostly sunny, warmer. Not that much wind around. I will tell you that we're going to have a bit more wind on Thursday to kind of blow the leaves around a little bit, and also that chance for some rain is there by late Thursday afternoon in the mountains. And then on Friday, we're windy and we're much cooler as well. So I think you're good to go Wednesday. We have the yellow light highlighted on Thursday and Friday because it doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look great either. Temperatures stand right now 47 in Hot Springs. It's 56 in Roanoke, low to mid 50s out across Martinsville, Danville, and South Boston, 55 in Hillsville and Galax. You'll notice temperatures warmer to the southwest, colder to the north. Looks like the southwest wind is going to win the battle here and allow for temperatures to go up over the next couple of days. Overnight lows tonight anywhere between about 36 and 44. For tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Highs in the mountains, 60s to near 70. Outside the mountains, 70 to 75. Your extended forecast showing temperatures falling from the lower 50s Thursday to near 50 Friday, low to mid 50s Saturday through Monday, falling into the 40s on Tuesday. Much of the weekend is dry. Sunday night into Monday morning, we will have the chance for some rain showers, maybe even a couple of mountain snowflakes. Sports is next.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk with John Appicello.
No, we would not rule out coordinators. All I mentioned earlier was typically, we're in the risk removal business if we can. A sitting head coach that's done it, I just think there are some coordinators that can do it, but when your first job is a Power 5 job, sometimes it's a little tough to cut your teeth on that. So, but no, we don't rule out anybody. If it's the right person, even if they're not a coordinator, we'll do it. It's just typically at this level, you like to try and find head coaching experience.
All right, Fuente out, J.C. Price, your interim. Couple of those possibilities to ponder. Jamie Chadwell, Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers are in the National College conversation. Billy Napier, Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns, former offensive coordinator at Clemson. Billy O'Brien, Alabama offensive coordinator, head coach at Penn State. He's been an assistant at Maryland, Duke, and Georgia Tech. Just some early thoughts. To UVA at Pittsburgh, the Cavs still with a chance to take control of the Coastal race. Virginia hoping for the return of their star quarterback, Brennan Armstrong, but that remains a question. For now, they understand the magnitude of this collision, and that's enough.
I feel like really we all know we have it. We had a Coastal in our hands. It's on us to go out and take that on Saturday. So it's exciting for all of us, knowing that we can get back to the ACC championship and even winning this year. Like, it's up for grabs.
All our goals from the beginning of the year are still up in the air, and that it's up to us to we still have the power to control what we want to control. So just taking it a day at a time this week, getting ready and as prepared as we can.
Indeed. Pitt checks in 8-2, 5-1. UVA 6-4, 4-2. A win gives UVA the edge with 1 to play. UVA with Virginia Tech. Pitt is at Syracuse. Take on 10. Team 10 gets 13 of 39. Nobody gets credit for the tie, which I'm protesting, but that's a different story. I think we all should. And Freedom First, nice job with 18 of 39. So through 10 weeks, Freedom First still leading, but we're gonna catch them. We're gonna do what we got to do. All right. It's time for your final poll, 10 strong of the year. It's LCA, it's Appomattox, Salem, Heritage, and Christiansburg. Second 5, LB with, they're coming hard. So is G-Dub, Bassett, Galax. They're all playing well. We are in the playoffs, folks. See you on Friday night with all that fun.
All right, thank you, Happy. Big day in Blacksburg today. NBC Nightly News is next.
And we leave you with a live look from inside their studio where Lester Holt is putting the finishing touches on several stories.